Hey, how are you? This morning I woke up with a lot of heaviness, anger, resentment, fear, pain, betrayal, exhaustion, mental fogginess, insecurity, lots of negative emotions. Now, just because an emotion is negative does not mean it's bad. All emotions are no better than the other. They're all meant to be felt, to be fully experienced, fully accepted, fully loved, believe it or not, fully loved, so that you can continue to be a wholesome human being. You're meant to have joy and happiness. You're meant to have that gray area of apathy or indifference or just blah. You're meant to have sadness and anger, guilt, all that stuff, disappointment, fear, anxiety. All that is meant to be felt. Excuse me. Especially the negative emotions, the ones that are not as pleasurable to experience fully. There are underlying messages underneath those. There is freedom to be had after fully experiencing through those. The hour meditation I just did, after the 2 guided meditations on guilt and grief I did, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. I wanted to get up and just punch something. I wanted to get up and just, yell to the sky. It sounds ridiculous, but I was clenching my fist. I was, you know, squinching my face and just imagining horrible scenarios. But the entire time, I kept telling myself, I fully accept and allow and love that fill in the blank is part of my life right now, or is a part of me right now. I fully accept and love that anger, resentment, fear, betrayal, insecurity, bitterness, pain, extreme pain is part of me right now. And whatever came up that was new, I would say that sentence to myself in my mind. And although I don't feel 100% better, I do feel a lot of weight lifted off of me because I confronted and accepted those emotions I was feeling. Yesterday, I was so exhausted. I tried doing meditation and I just passed out. That's okay, my body needed that. But the rest of the day, I was just kind of ignoring what was going on with me. I would distract myself with the friends in my house, or I would go message somebody and just vent, but not really ever deal with it myself alone and just experience everything I was feeling. I learned in the past 2 weeks, whenever we shut down an emotion or deny it or not fully experience it, it will dim the lights on every other emotion we have, and it will project itself in other aspects of our lives, or my life, whatever. And it's not healthy. It was never okay for anyone to shut down an emotion and to teach anyone else to shut down emotions. That is a concept of our society that is going to crumble away with more people being aware and expressive of what's going on with them. The conscientious aspects of people growing in self-awareness, self-consciousness, and expressing that to others, and having more tools and information readily available to learn about this stuff. Everyone doing that, being at the forefront of that, is going to pave the way for a new generation. My generation is so concerned with having fun as happiness because we're part of something that was so rapidly developing. Like, my generation has seen so many different phases of technology and modern convenience just go right by us. We know we have a sense of nostalgia with just, you know, corded phones, for example, or Walkmans, CD players. What I'm getting at is this generation had to deal with the aftermath of the last generation. That's very typical of any generation. But we have all these emotions. We were taking on the emotions of the baby boomer generation, and then we're handed all this crap, and we're told to just suck it up and just move forward and just work like the generation before was told to do, because the generation before them were in the war. You know, the generation, their grandparents were in the war, our parents might have been in the war, but a lot of them were workers, and the economy was booming for them. And then us, we're told to, hey, just enjoy your life, blah blah blah, work hard and enjoy your life, and stop bitching so much. But this generation wants to know, wants to feel, wants to express, also wants to escape at the same time, and they equate fun with happiness, and it's not true fulfillment. And we're experiencing more people now, more than ever, that want to be connected to what they're doing, their job, their career, their passions, whatever fulfills them. But we have such a market now that doesn't allow that for everybody. Everything's so lopsided. And I'm not trying to get in political or into sociology or anything like that. I'm just saying this generation wants to be more wholesome than ever, whether they realize it or not. And there's so many distractions to prevent us from doing that, to prevent us from actually feeling our emotions, you know, to shut down one emotion or two emotions and mask it with others, or do other things to ignore what's going on, to distract from what's going on. And we have a generation, you know, that was before us telling us that we need to tuck away all this stuff and just buckle down and just work. Just do what you're told. And I'm not knocking either generation, this one, the last one, or the one before that. I'm just saying that I want to be a person who's wholesome, experiences all his emotions, good or bad, negative or positive, doesn't really matter. And I want to share that experience with others because it's highly powerful, and it is the greatest value a person can do for themselves, and thereby being able to be more wholesome towards others, more loving, more open, more whatever the positive word you want to put in there for others. We have more people being aware of what's going on with them, and then being able to openly express that with everybody else. The faster we can change as a society. And it sounds really hippy-dippy, sounds really, you know, all's one is all kind of thing, but it's really true. The more we can get connected to ourselves, stop ignoring things, the more fulfilled we can be. And when we're fulfilled, we're less addictive, we're less distractive, we're less angry, we're less mean. We are love, and we are giving it and receiving it. Easier said than done, but harder to not do than to do. So if you're feeling something positive or negative, I encourage you today to sit with yourself for an hour. Put on some peaceful music or ambience, set a timer, and just let yourself do its thing. You're amazing just the way you are. Let yourself feel the emotions you're meant to be felt. Stay sexy, friends.